Nyanum Ghana from Mama Kwaba de buy Kasa TV. And then the first time I was Kasa TV, I sure say, but like now subscribe, no share, send everything. Be a fresh news updated. Who they are echo so ever on mining. And Nyanum Ghana for Yenda in Oduma Sikrobo. And I said Oduma Sikrobo Secute Court. And Sembi Akoso Honoma. Nyanum Ghana for and yet Asem Ketu Accra on the 17th of May 2024, which is Andre Nasa and Semi Esie. Aya George Ametepo and Abraham Benin Donko and Ayachuom yo. Omo transporte and as omo transporte contraband and I say kuku 40 bags if you Ghana ha a neighboring country Togo. Omakoton. Now the most interesting thing is no inspector from the cocoa board. I inspector the grade adiano. Nothing. The here some more time adenako. See, these are the three counts at the bomb. The first count near unauthorized purchase of cocoa beans according to Section 4, Clause 1 of the Ghana Cocoa Board Act. And the second count at the bomb here attempting to spot cocoa beans which is not inspected, graded and sealed by the Ghana Cocoa Board inspector according to contrary Section 3 at 1968 NLCD at 278. When they counter the bomb, and at the last counting attempting to smuggle and export cocoa beans. When the three counter the bomb, and at the very interesting is they all pleaded guilty for what happened. Ntianche Biana Esanso, the anti-smuggling task force Esanso, discover another 50 bags of cocoa. According to investigation, Bisa wom no msintine ayampa. George Ametekpo sintin cocoa beans na eyenedia. And the most very interesting thing is that George Ametekpo NDC branch executive, which is very interesting. Assembly wa yantoaso. Now police inspector and 4 other suspects omoka ho jailu 19 years in prison. Now police inspector and other 4 other suspects omoka san semo enu ina ne se omo transport 231 bags of cocoa. That's the same team. They are transporting 231 bags of cocoa. That means they are transporting 301 bags of cocoa out of the country. Ghana buying and as a Ghana Cocoa Board enim asemi hoshe. This is very interesting. Now police inspector Kahun Abraham Mahama NDC Mogupa. Onana police inspector na ojina ade no ho a obeso ode wom echo. Now, I'm thinking no more transport at the end fee. Aboblushi market. Aboblushi market too. Straight to friend saying, baby, a friend Zinzini, wo oti region. Homona, omo transport in Yamani Efi. Now, other 4 suspects, din the graft Otu Sugar Godwin, Baba Isa, and Joseph Ahachu. On they are transporting about 301 bags of cocoa and Ghana are buying aso more and asem ketu akra. And this is all very interesting. So most of them near NDC gurus are more mining man as the NDC branch executives near the idea. You know Ghana for this is very serious. So Ntia Sembre no yankune kuti almost cemetery mumbra na ensemfufu munso. Madam Ase.
In this same cocoa case, a police inspector and 4 other suspects and so Akosombo Divisional Police Command eche womo ya sentence womo to a combined of 19 years imprisonment for an attempted smuggling of 231 bags of dried cocoa beans to neighboring Togo. 231 bags. And the only way ekoka nipa mienu de ho a just over 300 bags of cocoa beans. Ghana banya boka a subsidizer for fertilizer. Bomodin bia. Say cocoa is because a team of military personnel who were on duty around the bridge on the Akuse Dam on Wednesday were said to have arrested the suspect, which included one inspector, Adam Mahama, who per our sources is an NDC Mugo, who was acting as an escort to the truck carrying the contrabands en route to neighboring Togo. The identities of the other 4 suspects are Digraft, Otu, Moti, Soga Godwin, Baba Isa, and Afe Joseph Ahachu. According to information, the military personnel, whilst on duty around 9 p.m. on Wednesday, intercepted 2 vehicles. A Benz Artico truck with registration number JW 487322, which was carrying the 231 bags of dried cocoa beans concealed under animal feed, and a Mazda pickup with registration number JW 3556S, said to be acting as an escort to the cocoa laden truck. They were said to have loaded the consignment from Asubwai near Suhum and were transporting it to Togo via Asuchare and Adidome. Upon interrogations and subsequent admission, the suspects were handed over together with the seized cocoa beans to the Akosombo Divisional Police for further investigation and prosecution on charges of purchase of cocoa without authority, contrary to Section 4 of Ghana Cocoa Board Act 1984, PNDC Law 81, attempting to smuggle cocoa beans contrary to Section 317I of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960, Act 29, and attempting to export cocoa beans which have not been inspected, graded, and sealed by an inspector of cocoa, contrary to Section 3 of Cocoa Industry Regulations Act 1968, NLCD 278. Hence, the 5 persons have been sentenced to a total of 19 years imprisonment with hard labor for their various roles in attempted smuggling of dried cocoa beans to neighboring Togo. Inti nipa mienu no edi kan de a combined sentence of 10 years. Nipa numi a combined sentence of 19 years imprisonment, because Ghana ban entumi moka e wade ho enhwe sade betumpon. Na mo fa nhama adwene mu se mo de ade ne bebit immigration e de akotugu akoton agiska gumboto. Such is the evil mentality of the ordinary Ghanaian. Obesa kwa sa ba be ka say abaya ha eni esumage cocoa beans. Meanwhile, omo a eni esumage ladne e de kotugu. Then comes the police inspector ono so anya kokudro act as an escort to an illegality. In fact, and say monuma ekoso the Ghana Police Service leaves much to be desired. The police officer whose duty is to maintain law and order ya onimra as one as an escort ya or escort to 231 bags of cocoa beans from Ghana to Togo. We are no agenda share dia. And yes, the honorable Canadian Japan always say the Ghanaian mentality say here say best sangadwen na oman wa tumpon e won say fufu
is a credit system with individual credit scoring for everybody, and we are going to start it this year, not next year. We will start it this year, and we will see how it is going to help us and work for especially workers to live a better life. As far as the youth is concerned, I believe that the future of Ghana is the youth. But to prepare the youth for the future, we have to educate the youth and we have to train the youth to acquire skills. And this is why we were very adamant right from the beginning to introduce free senior high school education. My main opponent in this election said it was a gimmick, said it was 419, and if he had the money, he would not spend it on free senior high school education. Well, we disagreed with him, and we made sure under the leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo that we implemented the free senior high school education. You will see that from independence in 1957 to 2016, from independence to 2016, almost 60 years, Total number of students in senior high school was 800,000. After 60 years, 800,000. When we introduced free senior high school education, in 7 years, we moved from 800,000 to 1.4 million students in senior high school. Just in 7 years, we almost doubled what we started with for 60 years. And that tells you that there was a big problem and many people were not going to school. And now people have had the opportunity to go to school. But what is even more remarkable is that more girls are enrolling than boys in senior high school. And therefore we are closing the gender gap. In 2016, before the introduction of free SHS, for every 100 boys in senior high school, we had 68 girls. For every 100 boys, we had 68 girls. At the end of last year, for every 100 boys, we have 106 girls in senior high school today. So the girls have overtaken the boys. And therefore we have gender parity, pretty much. And that is good for the nation. It's good for the nation. The girls, those who live in the cities like Accra, can testify that these days in Accra, it's difficult to find a maid because all the girls are in school. All the girls are in school, and that is how it should be. So, and what is also very remarkable about the increase in senior high school enrollment is that the largest increase in senior high school enrollment is from the 5 northern regions. We lead in the enrollment. The largest are in the 5 northern regions: Upper East, Upper West, Northern, Northeast, Savannah. We are the top 5 in enrollment.